Hi, welcome to Disney to Universal. If you are new here, my name is Nicola, and in today's video we're going to be looking at two massive live sale hauls. So one is from Stu Pins and the other is from a guy called Brian, who's Disney Pin Trading on Facebook, I think. They do have a pin event together, so I kind of grouped their live sales together. It's a massive haul. So we have a massive box from Stu Pins and a massive box from Brian, and he is from the USA, so it's nice to get my hands on some different pins. Let me know down in the comments if you'd like to know anything more on the Brian sales. They are amazing. I would totally recommend. What I'll do is I'll turn the camera around again because it'll be nice to look really closely at the pins in detail. I'm going to start with Brian from Disney Pin Trading. I'm going to start with the pins I've decided to keep for my own collection, and then we'll move on to all of the traders. But I just wanted to mention with Brian's live sales, he does like to do a lot of giveaways, and a lot of the time he gives giveaways that are pins, which is amazing. So this was from this sale, and this is actually one that I'm going to keep for myself and go into my Figment collection. Really cute little Figment there. The background's okay, but it's more the dinky little size of Figment and how he looks overall. I really like the look of how he's posed and everything. Adorable. So he is my first keeper. And whilst we're on the giveaways, I thought I might as well show you the other one that I won, but I'm not going to be keeping, but I'll just quickly show you because, you know, whilst we're on it at the same time. So it's going to be the Builder pins of Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. So they're actually going to be my first trader that I'll show you there. But how great are those giveaways? Okay, so on to my first keeper, and it's this Pink Colour Mode, and it is a special edition, so it's limited edition. She's got this gorgeous glittery crown. Just a really kind of different Aurora pose. I normally like my pins to be pretty much how they are in the movie, but this is just a little bit different to how she looks, I think, but still pretty much there. Sparkly glittery necklace as well. Really like the look of this one, so she is a keep. Brian does a lot of old pins, like he'll bring out a load of like old ones from his own collection a lot of the time, which I love because, like I say, they've just been in his collection. So this one was like from 2012. Walt Disney World posters. It's a hinge pin. I do collect a little bit of Haunted Mansion from time to time, and this one was just, I thought would be a really cool looking one. I really like the look overall of this, but then the inside just blew me away. So you've got this, which is really cool, but then like you've got Donald and Goofy in a dune buggy, and then you've got this bit which is clear. So I'll take it off so you can see, maybe see anyway. So yeah, Hatbox Ghost there. Like, how cool is that? What a feature. So yeah, I had to keep this one. There are a few others that are in my traders actually, but I wasn't feeling them as much. I much preferred the look of the front of this one and then the inside of this pin. Unbelievably good. So yeah, that is gonna stay with me. And we've got this little Olaf and the little mini marshmallows. I don't know if they've got names or not, but that's what I'm gonna call them. Yeah, it's a cute pin. I'm not a massive Olaf collector for my Frozen collection, but I really love these little mini marshmallows. And Olaf looks really adorable in this one. Really simple looking little pin, and happy to add it to my collection. I've seen this one for a while. I'm not the biggest fan of the outside of the pin, but I've always loved the inside, so I figured I'll just leave it open like this on the board, I would have thought. I don't know, but I think I'll have to because, like I say, this isn't appealing to me at all. I'm not a fan of like Mardi Gras-y styles and things like that, but Tiana on the inside is really cute. It's got a really nice matte look to it. So yeah, going into my Princess and the Frog collection. And then my last keeper, so I've got really tons of traders to come next because I didn't keep too many. Rapunzel's Royal Table. So this is a cruise line pin. So I'm guessing like a restaurant on one of the Disney cruise ships. And I've seen this pin for ages and couldn't believe my luck when I seen it in Brian's sale. I was definitely snapping it up. Absolutely adorable as hell, this pin. And the coloration, gorgeous. Just a fantastic pin, this one. I'm so chuffed to add it to my collection. Right, and onto the traders. Here was the other Haunted Mansion pin from the Disneyland posters. I'll show you the difference again. So here you go. This was the Walt Disney World version that I'm keeping. And you can see they've got obviously different buildings because they are. And I've always preferred Walt Disney World's building the most. It's my favorite. But I love the coloration more on this pin than that pin. So it's happy to have the Walt Disney World version, and then somebody else will be able to have the Disneyland. And inside, you've got the Nightmare Before Christmas crossover that Disneyland do. So that was a fun surprise because I didn't expect that to be inside. But there you go. So that'll be a nice trader for somebody. And also from that set was this cool monorail, and I am a fan of the monorail, but I wasn't 100% sure on this one. So pretty cool on the outside, but I wasn't sure about the little rubber inside, and it's Donald. I don't know. Overall, just wasn't 100%, so I figured put it in my traders, see if I can get something great for it. I know Winnie the Pooh is always popular, so I thought this one was really cute. I think this one's like a decently old version, but if you see all of the different glitter colors, it's like pastel-y pink and blue in the backdrop, which I think is so cute, and such a lovely color combination all over this pin. And then you've got Eeyore with his little moving tail. So yeah, I thought this would be a really nice trader to have. Trifold, I think that's what you call them. The Hollywood Tower Hotel. Again, just thought it would be a decent trader to have. Nothing super special. As is this one, just cute. I'm not too sure on the age of this one, but again, Winnie the Pooh is always popular, so always good to try and diversify a little bit away from princesses in my collection. So I go for a little bit of parks and then try and get some other popular characters. This is a cool one. It's Walt Disney Imagineering from the 60th anniversary, and it's Sorcerer Mickey, which is really cool. And it's like a globe one, and it's got the Sorcerer Mickey hat, Eiffel Tower, very old school looking. And then it's, like I say, got this glass dome part to it. I thought that would be a really cool pin to have for a trader. I think I just picked this up because it was really cheap, like probably about $6 or something. Something like $7 maybe, I can't remember, but I only got it because it was cheap, and I quite like the look of this pin to keep, but I'm actually thinking I might get rid of the food style pins that I collect, so this could just be a full set. That's why it's in my traders. I haven't pulled it out. I love when you see some of the really old pins like on different backer cards. This is a Disneyland Resort pin, and it's a little sliding movie canister. I thought it was really fun, and it's got Donald inside with a, I'm assuming it's Chip because I can't see a red nose, but it looks like he's holding Chip. Like a hidden Mickey. How fun is that? So I figured that would be a cool pin to get for trading. Paradise Pier Hotel. This was like a, I think this hotel is no more. So it's great that it's Stitch and with the old school name as well. That's no longer there. So it's kind of like a harder pin to get, I think, figured it would be good as a trader again. Love this, it's Showtime poster. This series I really enjoyed, and again, Rapunzel is popular, so I'm always going to pick her pins up. Another pink a la mode, Belle, Beauty and the Beast, is very popular again at the moment. She seems to be one of the top princesses to have pins for. Really like the look of this sort of rose and mirror thing in the background. Stained glassy kind of look there. Like I say, just thought it'd be good to pick up Belle. Another fun old school pin, Magical Wishes 2012, you can see, and this like folds up this way and then out that way. So you've got Walt Disney World here, and then just some stars, and then Figment. And Figment is always cool to get as a character. His pins always trade really well. This one, like, I collect Figment, but I wasn't like super in love with this. I do like it. There's something that I'm just like not 100% on. So if I'm not 100% on a pin, I need to trade. It needs to go into my traders. A little old Frozen pin, but I wasn't 100% feeling this one for my collection, so again, as a trader. And another older Frozen pin of Elsa. And again, I have to love the pins to add them to my collections now. Like 100%, I need this, and unfortunately this one didn't pass that test. So again, a trader. And then this royalty series that came out, mystery set, I think is one of the coolest pins, mystery pin sets that's ever been done. I have Ariel already, but thought, yes, grab it for a trader. And also the Flynn one as well. I also have this, but again, thought, yeah, get it for the trader. It'll be a really cool one to have. And then my very last pin, I've got this Disney Artland Rapunzel pin. And when these first came out, I was like, do I like it? Do I not? And it's not for me. I thought, have a look at it in person and see if I really like it. And because of the exchange rate, I thought it was a good deal to do that at and not risk too much money. It's not quite my style that I would look for. So, but again, I thought Artland would be a great trader. It's LE200, it's Rapunzel, it's a big pin. So yeah, awesome pin to add to my traders. Okay, so moving on to the Stu Pins items, and this is over quite a while's worth of time as well, but yeah, quite a lot of items to get through. So I'm going to again show you the items that I'm going to be keeping, and then we'll move on to all of the traders. So first things first was this Figment pin, and again, I wasn't like 100%, but I think I'm pretty much close to 100%. So I mean, this could eventually come out of my collection, but for now, I love the coloration on this one is really drawing me in, and the sort of pearlized look to the background. I don't know if it's this string that I just think like really cheapens it or something, but yeah, it was just a very, very tiny little, like, what is it? It's, like I said, I'm going to keep it for now. This collection came out recently, and it's from Disneyland Paris, the Up pins. And there's a series of these that came out, and the pretty pastel coloration to these is so good. So you've got this Carl, and then there's this Russell. And they're so pretty, the colours on this. And you've got Doug. And then also you've got the house with the balloons as well. And they're just going to look really nice together. So I have a set that I kept for myself. So in my Up collection. Again, very pretty pastel style colouring to these pins also. So like I said, I really like the colors on these. more than anything else. And here's like the Gusteau sign as well. My Remy collection is growing a little bit. I'm not too sure if I would have had these if it wasn't for the coloration. I'm not 100% sure. I still like this one a lot more than this one. So for now, staying in my collection. You've got this Tokyo Disney Resort Tower of Terror pin. And I think, so it just moves up. I'll show you actually. So on the back, you've got a little lever. So you've got like nice, happy faces. And then as it drops, they're like ill looking. Just love the color and the faces, and it goes so well with the color of the pin. Yeah, and I was so close to buying this when I was in Tokyo Disney, but I'd bought quite a lot of stuff and I wasn't quite 100% on whether I wanted it. But then when I came away and I didn't have it, I kind of regretted it. So the fact that it was in the live sale, I was like, yes, definitely picking that up. I'm not making that mistake again. Next up is this Sleeping Beauty sign. It's really, really simple, but just the colors, that purple against the gold, really drew me in. And I thought that'll look really nice with my Sleeping Beauty pins. And the last pin that is a keeper for me is this, I think, was it Derwent Collectibles that designed these balcony series. And this was the Elsa one, and I already had a couple of these already, and this was the one I was missing. So really chuffed to finally pick the Elsa up from it, because I think that's all of the princesses now that I collect that they did. And the last keeping item is this MIDI board. So it comes the board with the zip wallet, and it's the small, so it's not the small size, it's like the in between the mini and the big boards. So I've got it in pink, and that's just because I wanted one of each of the GoPin Pro products pretty much. So next up, I think, are all of my Bingops. If you need to know about Bingops, or if you haven't heard about it before, you can just let me know in the comments and I'll explain what that is. But it's basically where we sign up to a club and get a free pin every month. This is the first, I think, one of the first pins that I've got that I've thought about keeping. I think I've probably kept a pin before, but for a long time, I don't think I've got anything where I thought, oh, that could go in my collection. But this one, I was tempted to go with my Ursula, but it's just, again, not quite right for me. And I thought it would be a good trader for in America as well, Stitch and Ursula. And the crossovers always do really well. And then you've got Scrump as Ariel, which is absolutely hilarious. Love that. But yeah, just not quite right for my collection, I don't think. Oh, this is how the Bingops come. Oh yes, this one was one I was thinking about possibly keeping as well, but again, just not quite right for my Toy Story collection. It's just, yeah, I wasn't 100% on it. So again, going into my traders, another of the Bingops. It's a Disneyland Paris Avengers Campus pin. Spider-Man, do not collect at all. I have a couple of Marvel traders, but I don't like to add them to my collection. Hopefully somebody else is going to want this. Not for me. I think this was when I was part of the limited edition Bingop. I got one of these Chippendale kites, which I thought, oh, it's a pretty decent limited edition trader. So yeah, Disneyland Paris Ellie kite series, I think it was. Okay, so on to all of the other traders. You've got this, I think these were from Japan, but Disney licensed. So you've got this Wally and Eve. Wally and Eve's pretty rare pins to be able to get a hold of. I wasn't sure if I was going to keep this one, but again, I wasn't 100% on it. So it is going to the traders. And you've got Eve slides up and down a little bit here. On that same series, again, I wasn't 100% sure if I was going to keep it. I needed to see it in person, and it's just, again, not quite right for my Wreck-It Ralph collection. This bit spins, which is fun. Really like the coloration and everything. I just think it's the style, a cartoon style. That's the way it's been animated is not quite right for my collection. But again, these are really nice big pins and will be great traders. And again, from that same series, you've got this Ursula one. And again, it's really pretty colors. Like that pink glittery background is gorgeous. I don't know what it is. Fortunately, again, a trader. Now, these pins are uber cool. So I wasn't sure if I was going to keep this for me. I do have a little Incredibles collection. Really love the background and the characters, but I was like, I think I'm just going to collect the Incredibles as is rather than sort of crossover. And I do love a good crossover pin as well, so I was like, it could go into like just, you know, I was thinking, do I have a whole nother collection of just characters dressed up, like, you know, when Stitch dresses up as like lots of different characters and things. I was like, do I have a whole separate? And I thought, oh, it's gonna look too mismatchy, wasn't gonna vibe well. But I thought, wow, well, this will be a great trader. And it's huge. It is a huge pin. So yeah, that was my decision. I also, from that same kind of series, picked up this Stitch one, LE 300. I think the other one was 500. So it's pretty cool to get it at a 300. Again, gorgeous different sort of backdrops, like the different textures and colorations and materials used. And then this glass globy thing is really fun. My daughter has a Stitch collection, but it's very cutesy Stitch. So this one, again, is going to be hopefully a great trader, and it weighs an absolute ton. Again, anything that comes up with Figment, you've literally just got to buy it. You don't have thinking time on the sales. It was monorail and it was Figment. So I was just like, I seen the number was buy. And it's not a Figment that I'm drawn to. So yeah, I decided not to keep it. And like I say, Figment's great, a great character to collect. So yeah, I'm gonna have it in my traders. This one looked super cute. I just thought it looked really, really different and unique, and possibly was going to keep it for my Toy Story collection, but I'm really picky for the Toy Story pins that I keep. It wasn't quite right. Again, trader. I have a whole set of these for traders as well. So you'd seen those before. I kept a set, and this was my trade-in set. Also, I kept a set of these, and these were my traders. Then when it comes to Maleficent pins, you kind of just buy in it rather than having a chance to fully look at it and see if it's definitely for you. LE pin, kind of thought, I don't even know if we got to see inside of it at the time, but I just thought, it's a Maleficent pin, it looks cool and sparkly, let's just go for it. And I might keep it, I might not, but it's not for me. So again, I thought it would be a cool trader, hopefully. Here's another one of those licensed Disney pins from Japan. Nemo, great size pin on pin, this one. White coral there is sparkly glitter. This bit here, these are all blue, sparkly, pretty colors. Thought give it a go. Another Tokyo Disney Resort pin here, Stitch, with the Stitch Encounter. I need to ask my daughter about this one, but I don't think she'll probably go for it. I love the colors. Absolutely really soft, pretty colors that are on here. If she doesn't want it, again, it should be hopefully, you know, Stitch trades well. Bought a couple of the trash cans. Just thought these two were some of the harder ones to get, so might make good traders. Wasn't sure on this one. Color of the castle on top is super pretty and pastel-y looking. Then when I seen it in person, I think this black part for me just spoiled it for me too much. So I thought it was worth the risk at 15 to see it in person. But yeah, if it didn't have that bit, 100%. But with it, just too much for me. Got a little Maleficent dragon Halloween pin. Yeah, again, I wasn't sure on this one. It's an old one, 2007. But not my style, too small of detail, like I can't really see much. So yeah, I'm gonna have this as a trader too. Oh, and then we're on to the last pin, And this was actually something I bought through one of Stu's friends who gets him a lot of pins sometimes. They were selling off some of these. Fairy Tale Moments, another great series. Love it. Just figured, yeah, grab it. Cleo is super cute. Yeah, so again, to go into my traders. Maybe do well with this one in America, possibly. And here is Stu's details if anybody wants to go check him out. I'd love to know your thoughts down below in the comments. What did you think of that massive haul? I respond to all comments, so please go ahead and leave me one down below. That will be everything for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.